You think a mature woman feels connected to you because you text at the right time, because you say all the right things, because you keep proving how much you want her. But that's exactly where you lose her. A mature woman does not bond to performance. She bonds to presence. If that hit you, subscribe now. Not for me, for you, because you need this reminder. When your emotions get louder than your standards, when you start confusing chasing with strength, you don't need more fantasy, you need truth. And here's what it really means. The subtle touches that make a mature woman feel deeply connected to you are not smooth lines, not flashy moves, not manipulative techniques. They are emotional signals. They tell her what kind of man is standing in front of her, safe, without being soft, strong, without being loud, interested, without being needy, grounded enough to lead your own life, without trying to control hers. That is the misconception. You think connection is created by doing more. The hard truth, deep connection is created by what you stop doing. Stop rushing. Stop performing. Stop over-explaining. Stop trying to win affection. Like it's a prize for the most anxious man in the room. Why does this happen? Because most men were taught a cheap version of love. Entertain her. Impress her. Keep her attention at all costs. Never let the energy drop. Never let silence breathe. Never let mystery exist. So you overtalk. You overgive. You overreact. And what does it cost you? Your gravity. Your edge. Your self-respect. She may enjoy the attention for a moment, but she will not feel anchored. To a man who is unanchored in himself, reframe it. Your job is not to flood her with effort. Your job is to bring reality into the room. Calm. Clarity. Direction. Emotional steadiness. That is what a mature woman feels. That is what she trusts. Number 1. Your undivided attention. Without interrogation. Not 20 questions. Not a nervous interview because you're scared of silence. Real attention is quieter than that. You hear what she says, but you also hear what she means. You notice the shift in her tone. You catch the detail she drops, because most people are too busy waiting for their turn to speak, and when you respond to the truth beneath the sentence. Not just the sentence itself. That lands. Why? Because a mature woman is tired of being consumed without being received, tired of being studied, but not seen. So when you listen with patience, when you don't interrupt her emotional rhythm, when you let her finish and meet her where she actually is, she feels something rare. She feels respected. That's called emotional precision. And no, it is not passive. It is powerful. Anybody can talk. Few men can hold focus. Number 2. Calm eye contact that says, I'm here, and I'm not trying to take from you. Most men weaponize attention. They stare too hard. Push too fast. Use intensity like a trick, but mature feminine energy does not open to pressure. It opens to grounded certainty. There is a difference between hunger and presence. Hunger pulls. Presence settles. Hunger says, validate me. Presence says, relax. I know who I am. When you look at her without trying to consume her, when your attention is warm but unforced, when your face is relaxed and your body is not asking for permission to exist, she feels your nervous system before she analyzes your words. Understand this. Women do not only hear you, they feel your regulation. They feel whether your confidence is real or rehearsed. And if your eyes are steady, because your mind is steady, connection starts there. Number 3. Remembering the small thing and honoring it later. Without making a show of it, she mentioned her grandmother's phrase. You remember it. She told you she likes her coffee a certain way. You remember it. She said a certain week would be stressful. You check in with specificity, not with generic noise. That matters more than grand romantic theater. Because memory reveals value. It tells her she is not just another passing stimulus in your day. But be careful. This is not about becoming a servant to every detail she ever mentions. That becomes desperation. The power is in the restraint. One remembered detail, delivered naturally, carries more weight than 100 exaggerated gestures. Why? Because it communicates. I pay attention when I care, not. I am collecting data to earn your approval. See the difference. One is self-respect. The other is strategy. Mature women can feel that difference instantly. Number 4. Your ability to hold silence without panicking. This one destroys weak men, because weak men think silence means failure. They think if the room gets quiet, they are losing her. So they fill the air with nonsense. Jokes. Explanations. Stories that go nowhere. But a mature woman does not need you to constantly entertain her nervous system. She needs to know whether you can sit inside your own skin without twitching. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is revelation. It shows who is settled and who is scrambling. If you can let a quiet moment breathe, if you can smile without rushing to rescue the space, if you can allow tension without trying to drug it with words, she feels depth. That's called emotional spaciousness. And almost nobody offers it now, because everybody is addicted to stimulation. Presence versus noise. Reality versus performance. Depth versus distraction. Which man do you think she remembers? Number 5. Respectful physicality, with patience. Not entitlement, not grabbing. Not escalating because some dating advice told you to always push the moment forward. A mature woman feels deeply connected when your touch communicates awareness, not appetite alone. The hand at the small of her back when guiding her through a doorway. The pause before contact that lets her body trust you. The embrace that is steady, not rushed. The kind of touch that says, I am connected to myself, so I do not need to invade you to feel powerful. This is where boys expose themselves. They touch to take. Men touch to communicate. Boys reach because they are driven by impulse. Men calibrate because they are guided by awareness. That's called congruence. Your energy, your timing, and your action all say the same thing, and when they do, her body relaxes. Because nothing is more exhausting to a mature woman than a man pretending to be safe while leaking impatience through every move. Number 6. Your boundaries. Yes, your boundaries. Not because boundaries are cold, but because they make connection credible. A man with no boundaries cannot create safety. He can only create temporary comfort, and comfort without respect eventually becomes contempt. So when you do not overextend just to keep her pleased, when you do not abandon your schedule, your standards, your mission, or your values, just because attraction is involved, something powerful happens. She sees that your interest in her is real, but it is not ruling you. That is rare. Most people are shapeshifters. They become whoever they think they need to become to avoid rejection. But the man she deeply connects to is the man who stays himself in the presence of desire. He does not become rude. He does not become distant. He simply remains intact. That's called integrity. And integrity is attractive because it is trustworthy. She may test it. Life will definitely test it, but if your center holds, her respect grows. Number 7. Your honest direction. Not control, direction. You are clear. You are intentional. You say what you mean. You do not hide your interests behind irony, and you do not dump your entire emotional weight on her, hoping honesty will excuse a lack of discipline. Real direction sounds like this. I enjoy being with you. I want to see where this can go. I'm not here to play games. That is not corny. That is clean. Mature women are tired of emotional fog. Tired of mixed signals. Tired of boys who want boyfriend access, with stranger level accountability. So when you bring clarity, when you define your energy instead of scattering it, when your words and actions line up over time, connection stops feeling accidental. It starts feeling earned, not through manipulation, through consistency. Now, let's go deeper. Because this is where most men still miss the point. They hear these 7 touches and immediately turn them into tactics. Listen more. Pause more. Remember details. Hold eye contact. Set boundaries. Lead clearly. Fine. But if you use these like tricks, while still being empty at the core, she will feel the hollowness. Because the real touch, behind all 7, is this. Your self-possession. That's the root. If you do not possess yourself, you will always try to possess the moment. You will force chemistry. You will overmanage perception. You will reach for outcomes. And in doing that, you kill the very thing you want. Deep connection does not grow in the presence of neediness, dressed as effort. It grows in the presence of a man who is rooted enough to let truth unfold. Picture the man she cannot forget, not because he begged to be remembered, because his way of being left a mark. He is not the loudest man. He is not the flashiest man. He is not performing masculinity like a costume. He is grounded. He has a life that does not disappear when attraction enters the room. He knows where he is going. He can laugh. But he is not a clown. He can care. But he is not collapsing. He can desire, but he is not desperate. He does not chase every emotional fluctuation like it is an emergency. He watches. He listens. He chooses. His kindness has structure. His attention has weight. His standards are not speeches. They are habits. He does not need to dominate the room, because he already governs himself. That is the man, and if that man sounds rare, it is because most men are trying to be chosen before they become respectable in their own eyes. So do this. Slow down your speech. Stop trying to impress in the first 5 minutes. Hold your posture. Ask better questions and actually listen to the answer. Leave space after she speaks. Let your silence prove your steadiness. Remember one meaningful detail and bring it back naturally. Touch with respect, or do not touch at all. Speak clearly. Mean what you say. Keep your plans. Keep your standards. Keep your life. If something feels off, do not negotiate against your own gut. Just to keep access. Redirect. Pull back from overextending. Pull back from over-explaining. Pull back from trying to be endlessly available. Return to center. Return to purpose. Return to the man you are trying to become, because that is what she is really responding to anyway. Not the line. Not the trick. Not the performance. The man. And if you're thinking this sounds hard, good. It is hard. Maturity is hard. Discipline is hard. Self-respect is hard, but so is living as a man who keeps abandoning himself for crumbs of attention. So is waking up resentful because you performed all night and still felt unseen. So is realizing you built attraction on anxiety and now have to maintain a version of yourself that was never real. Choose your hard. Choose the hard that builds you. A mature woman does not deeply connect to the man who makes himself small to keep her comfortable. She connects to the man who makes her feel she can exhale without lowering his standards, who sees her clearly without trying to own her, who desires her without losing his shape, who can meet emotion without drowning in it. That man creates trust. That man creates polarity. That man creates depth. So stop asking, what can I do to make her attached? Ask, who do I need to become so my presence feels honest, steady, and rare? That is the better question. That is the adult question, and once you ask it, everything changes, because now you are no longer manipulating outcomes. You are rebuilding identity, You do not need more tricks. You need more truth. You do not need more chasing. You need more center. You do not need to become louder, smoother, or more rehearsed. You need to become more real. And when you do, your words land differently. Your touch lands differently. Your silence lands differently. Your attention lands differently. Because they are finally coming from a man who is not asking to be saved by love. Understand this and let it settle deep. You are not here to audition for connection. You are here to embody it. You are not here to beg for closeness. You are here to become the kind of man whose presence makes closeness possible. You are not waiting for the answer. You are the answer. If this hit you where it needed to, subscribe and stay close to this channel, because weak culture will keep feeding you comfort, fantasy, and excuses, and you need a steady dose of clarity instead. Come back for more truth, more discipline, more self-respect. You are not alone in this. There is a community here, choosing depth over noise, standards over games, and real strength over performance. Stay grounded.